This laptop's too loud, man. I said I was going to get another one, didn't I? But check. Just watch the boxing. Slow Joyce fucked up Joseph Parker. Did you see it? Is this playing or what? Does Coogan look like Jeffrey Dahmer? It's a bit too early for that. The live's just started, man, and you're going straight in with murder. Just chill out, man. Let's have a chat about boxing, innit? What happened? Did you see the fight? Slow Joyce against Joseph Parker. That was a good... Oh, I enjoyed that. Galahad took another L. Did he lose, yeah? Did Barry lose? Fuck you, no. He lost again, yeah. Seriously. I missed it because I was watching Slow Joyce against Joseph Parker. So, Barry lost again, did he? Fuck you, know. What, on points or stoppage? What happened? Right, hold on a minute. I need to try and put these comments on the screen, man. Pop out chat. Fucking hell. Let's fiddle about with this. Right, put that there. Yeah, talk to me, innit? What happened with Barry, man? It's just gonna go on the screen. Alright, let me just fucking do this. Sorry about it, it's a bit unprofessional. I just went live randomly, innit? I'm just trying to get the comments on the screen, so. Right, put that here. Fucking hell. I need a fucking editor, man. Oh, yo, I can't be doing with this, man. It's making me fucking anxious. Right, so the comments on the screen now, yeah? Barry lost on points. Right, okay. Did he deserve to lose, though? Or did he get robbed? Or what happened? Was it one of them snidey Eddie Earn decisions? Like, you know, where he's giving the little fucking judges a little brown envelope and that. What happened? Did Barry deserve to lose, or... Do you know, I never heard of that Maxie Hughes, you know. That's why I wasn't really that interested. You know, when Lee Wood's fight fucking fell through, I just kind of lost interest in it. And I just tuned into the heavyweights, you know, Slow Joyce against Parker. Joyce is 37. Yeah? He takes punches, don't he? He ain't really got a good defense, but it's like, it almost doesn't matter, you know, because he's got such a good chin. Slow Joyce. I like him. I think he's alright. I think he's one of them people who you know what I mean? Slow Joyce against Dillian White. Who wins that? Yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it? That's a good little... Tony, what do you think about your cousin Jermaine Pennant now getting therapy? Do you think you'll benefit from this too? Yeah, I thought about it, just having a little chat. You know what I mean? I'm not like fucking depressed or anything, but... Joyce kills Dillian. That's what I mean. That's what. These are the fights we want to see, innit? Dillian White against Joyce. Dillian White against Andy Ruiz. Deontay Wilder against Dillian. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just glad that fucking Joseph Parker, hopefully, I wanted him to get hurt in the fight, you know, where he can't fight again. I know it sounds a bit horrible, but we need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of him. We've got enough heavyweights, you know, that we can like, you know, if they all fought each other. Joyce beats Joshua. Yeah, I think he would, you know. He'd like walk through Joshua's punches. Joshua would run out of steam. You know that Joe Joyce? He's got a good engine, you know, for such a big guy. He just like walks forward, just throwing these punches. I like him. I think he's alright. I've never dissed him, you know, in my videos, so it's nothing really to say about him bad, you know what I mean? I think his mum's blind. So, you know, Daniel Dubois, he was trying to like take the piss out of Joe Joyce's blind mum. And then Joe Joyce nearly blinded Daniel Dubois, didn't it? So it's good. Karma, innit? Is Eddie Hearn corrupt? So I did a video the other day, yesterday, about Jake Paul versus Eddie Hearn. You know, Jake Paul saying that Eddie Hearn pays certain judges, you know, to favour his fighters. So the judge scored Joshua the winner over Usyk. He scored Katie Taylor over Serrano. He scored who else? He gave Keith Thurman the decision over Pacquiao, innit? So basically, my point is, yeah, Eddie Hearn, he might not be giving the judges a brown envelope with money in it, you know, to favour his fighters. But what he might do is, he might give the judges like special treatment. So like, you know, when the judges are judging an Eddie Hearn show, Eddie Hearn will like wine and dine them. You know, put them in nice hotels, these judges, and say to them, help yourself to the free bar. Yeah? Help yourself to the food. It's all on me. You know, and he'll smile with them and fucking, you know, try and be all pally-pally with the judges. So he doesn't have to give them money directly, yeah, to bribe them. He can just be nice and friendly. You know, telling them to help themselves to the free bar. So naturally, these judges, because Eddie Hearn's treated them nicely, putting him in a nice hotel, smiling with them and trying to act all friendly, you know, trying to act like little fake mates and that, trying to fucking, he's indirectly bribing them. Do you understand? So the judges are like, oh, he's treating me nicely, I'm gonna fucking do him a favour, you know, and make his fighters win. Like Joshua, when he got fucked up by Usyk. Convincingly. So yeah, shout out to Mike Bell. If Jake Paul sues Eddie, if Jake Paul sues Eddie, Jake will air out Eddie's dad. You mean if Eddie sues Jake Paul? Yeah, he'll expose Barry Hearn, won't he? Yeah, just a quick live in it, just a little catch up and see what's going on. Yes, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, Ty, what happened when you met Bentlegs Kruger a few weeks ago? Are you little fake mates again now or not? No, it's not sincere, is it? It's not sincere with Kruger. He deleted Jake Paul's interview, you know, when he was slagging off Eddie Hearn, Kruger's fucking mate, little fake mate. So we had a little handshake, me and Kruger, but it was like Froch and Groves, you know, that handshake. Yeah, it wasn't sincere at all, but whatever. Tyron, have you drank any piss today? Yeah, I drank my piss by accident. But, nah. Sonny Edwards wrote a tweet about it, didn't he? He seen the video and he tried to like write a tweet saying, oh, Tyron will do anything for attention. Drinking his own piss. You know that little fucking rat, Sonny Edwards. The little fucking midget. It wasn't intentional, you know, to try and go viral. It wasn't really. I was disgusted by it, so. I went back to the dad, punched him a few more times. Yeah, it's getting sick of it, aren't you? One hell of a fucking story, so make sure you tune in. You know what I mean? Will you do a live with Based Boxing Basement? Someone sent me a video of his, yeah. And he was like calling Coogan ugly, innit? I ain't really seen the video yet, but we'll have a look. Do a review. Boxing Basement's getting that ad revenue, yeah?
Whoa, yes, hello. Triple B in the house. You know what? I like to talk about myself in the third person, because usually, like, you know, pride comes before a fall. You know, Ricky Hatton started to talk about, you know what Ricky Hatton wants? He wants this and that, and then he got, you know, knocked out by a bodybuilder over an argument with a fruit machine in Manchester, and he got flattened by Pacquiao and Mayweather, the non-puncher Mayweather, and Shevchenko also stopped him, you know. And Lennox Lewis started saying, Lennox Lewis wants to unify the title and all this kind of stuff, and he also got sparked. But no, I mean, at least he avenged his defeats. His hand just got laid out, and he never avenged the defeat against Pacquiao.
That loss caused Ricky Hatton to slit his wrists. You know, getting laid out like that. He tried to commit suicide, didn't he?
Shevchenko, Mayweather, or the bodybuilder that knocked him out over an argument about a fruit machine. So, yeah, I try and shy away from that kind of third person talk, but, you know, this is YouTube. You got to take the piss. Now, I was just thinking about Kuhn Cassius, you know, IFL TV, you know. I mean, you know. On the one hand, people say, look, you know, don't be jealous, he's made a lot of money, he's built a company and all that. Yeah, okay, cool. But he's treated people bad, yeah? And his whole, you know, company was essentially funded by his dad, the Curry King of Billericay, I think it is, or Essex. And, you know, he was like embarrassed about his son. He's like, he's going nowhere. He wants to be an actor, he wants to be famous. And all he's done is like one wax scene in EastEnders and get choked out by Robin Reed in some like Z movie, you know, probably soft porn type scenario. So he said, look, cool guy, one more chance, bruv. I give you one more chance, my son. I give you money, please don't waste it and make channel work. And I did, you know. But, you know, he wouldn't have made it without no money, man. You imagine, right? If he was back in Sri Lanka and he had moved to the UK, you know, he'd be like one of them sleazy guys, you know, that sets up his camera and, you know, tries to sleaze on every single white European girl that comes over to Sri Lanka to discover themselves, and he'd drill a hole, you know, in the shower wall, and put his camera up and film girls having a shower and fat, you know, whack himself off by watching that. And he'd get busted, and his dad would have to bribe the local police so the charges would be dropped. That's what Cougar's life would be if he hadn't been in Essex. But what really, disturbs me about Coogan is how ugly he is. You know, he's exceptionally ugly. And it's also haunted him for years. You know, he grew up in Essex, and you know, he does some sob story which is probably fake anyway about some white kids trying to drown him. You know, so he can get the fact of you poor guy, the awfulness, the racism. It's probably nonsense and made up, and you know.
No, it's a good channel, you know. Hold on a sec. Kind of high, you know. I'm not even smoking weed today. I'm on the fucking cigarettes and hold on a minute. Have you ever had that before? It's Copperberg gin. Base boxing basement. When you buy Thai and brew from Wish, yeah, he's inspired, isn't he? That boxing basement. He's fucking inspired, man. Would you let Kell Brook give you a blowy for 20k? Be brutally honest now. Maybe a year ago, I probably would have considered getting head off Kell Brook for 20 grand, but you know now, the money's like, it's gone up, man. It's gone up big time, yeah? I'm a few quid away, you know, if I'm hitting the £1 million mark, so 20 grand. It's not really worth getting a blowjob off Kell Brook. Asked me a year ago and I would have done it, yeah. But yeah, just a little chat in it, a little catch up, you know, about that fucking any word from baby thing. He sent me a voice message, but you know, Suge Knight, he used to like bully people, didn't he? He used to like hang people upside down by their ankles, you know, over balconies. He did it to Vanilla Ice, you know, trying to force him to like sign over the rights to that song Ice Ice Baby. You know, he had those kind of bullying tactics, didn't he? I'm not saying baby things like that yet, but I don't know. I was walking around Brixton with him, you know, in the fucking black ghetto area of Brixton. And it was a bit fucking, I won't say I was intimidated, but it's just that negative vibe, man. So I went back to the white area, because Brixton's like black and white, innit? I felt safe in the white area. So my point is, I don't know, you know, doing business with baby thing. I don't know if it'll be like a Suge Knight type thing. You know, he's trying to fucking extort me and that. Yes, Bob, you must have been class at boxing, considering if your chin gets cracked, there's still another. Be safe. I've trimmed up, man, trimmed up. Started working out again. Have a little YouTube fight. There's a Misfits, The Zone, KSI show, you know, in Sheffield in a few weeks. So I'm just training, you know, hoping to get on that. That's why I cut out the weed, you know what I mean? I just kind of decided to stick to cigarettes. But yeah, man, thanks for the super chat, yeah, Bob. Kid Gallard needs to retire, has nowhere to go now. That's a surprise, you know, to say I've never like heard of that Maxie Hughes. I thought Barry would have just messed him up. You know, Barry used to sleep in the gym. Like literally, he used to sleep in the gym, you know, in between like sessions. He'd train in the morning, then he'd like sleep, you know, in the gym. So yeah, to see him like losing to that guy, I don't know who the guy was. Did he get robbed or was it like a genuine loss? Cigs are healthier than weed. You know what it is? Like when I was smoking weed, I'd shadow box, you know, my bedroom in front of the mirror, and I'd start getting out of breath, you know, just fucking shadow boxing. I used to spar round after round after round, you know what I mean? I was really fit. But I think the weed like really tightened up my lungs, yeah. So I just fucked it off. I didn't like spending £5 a day as well on weed. You know, buying little fives. You didn't smoke weed though, you fake prick. What are you saying? You're saying I didn't inhale, yeah? You know when you get knocked out in boxing, like you're not really the same after, are you? Ricky Hatton got knocked out by Pacquiao and he fucking headbutted the corner of the ring, you know, against Mayweather. You know, and he was never the same, you know, so I don't know if it's the same with Barry. What's with the photo of Helen Flanagan? What do you mean, what's up with it? What do you mean? What's with the photo of Helen Flanagan? Rosie Webster, don't you like the photo? Don't know, a bit gay that, innit? I'll put him in time out. So, what's your proudest moment in life? There haven't really been any highlights, to be honest. You know what I mean? There haven't been any highlights, so I need to fucking like fuck up KSI. You know, that'd be a good highlight, won't it? Helen Flanagan is nice to look at. That's what I mean. What's that guy complaining about? Some women who are obsessed with me, they're jealous, you know, of that Rosie Webster. So when I put her in the photos, these women start messaging me saying, oh, she's had Botox, she's had fake tits, she's... You know what I mean? But I think that was a man who was complaining, so it's a bit fruity, innit? So I had to put him in time out for 300 seconds. So, and your highlight in life was grassing your dad up for selling weed, yeah? Yeah. Lee Wes, thanks for the super chat, yeah? Did you not move back to Notts, mate? McLennan sisters apparently out in Sheffield tonight looking for a slice. I bet she wants Gerald McLennan to die, you know. I know it sounds a bit horrible, but she ain't got a life, has she? She's his carer full time. She can't just have a good time. She can't go out on a Saturday night and just sleep around, you know what I mean? Because who's going to fucking wipe Gerald McLennan's arse, you know, and all that saliva that's coming out of his mouth? You know, when he's having panic attacks about getting fucking blinded by Nigel Benn. I bet he's always kicking off, innit, Gerald McLennan, so she's got to be there. So she ain't got a life of her own, Gerald McLennan's sister, so I bet she kind of wants him to die in a way. If you got a woman pregnant, yeah, and you knew the kid was going to have Down syndrome, would you encourage the woman to have an abortion? You would, wouldn't you? It sounds a bit harsh, but you don't need it, do you? Because that kid's going to need care, you know, for the rest of his life or her life. So it's a bit too demanding, isn't it? Say if I was Gerald McLennan's brother, yeah, and I'm looking after him full time, and he's in the next room and he's screaming because he's having nightmares about Nigel Benn. You know, and I'm trying to do a live and he's fucking making noise and that. It would disrupt the live. Alistair, yes. Easy to remember. Thanks for the super chat, yeah? Great live, mate. Yeah, what are you saying? You're being sarcastic, yeah? Whatever. Just chilling, aren't we? Just relaxing. We just watched a bit of boxing, didn't we? I still can't believe Barry got beat, man. I don't know where he goes from here, because when he got knocked out, they were kind of saying it's because of the weight loss. You know, he fell the weight twice, didn't he, against that Kiko Martinez. So then he moved up in weight and he got beat again, so I don't know. And I never really heard of that guy, Maxie Hughes, so... I don't want to have a go at Barry, innit, because you know when I got beat by Eubank, Barry was there, yeah? And he like messaged me, you know, the next day saying, don't worry about it. You'll become champ one day. That's what he said to me, Barry, you know, in a nice little message. So I don't want to start trying to, you know, make fun of his defeat. It's... $27 minutes in, 28 minutes. Who wins out of KSI and the Black Skellington? I've started following the Black Skellington on Instagram. I'm waiting for him to fucking upload, man. You know, put up a photo or something so I can do a video about it. There's a lot of content there, isn't there, you know, from the Black Skellington. But he knows I'm on him. He knows I'm waiting for him to fucking slip up, you know, so I can troll him and that. Is Coogan single now? I heard so, yeah. I heard he's... I made a promise to Coogan, you know, that I wasn't going to talk about his baby mama. So... Alright then. Let me give you a scenario, yeah? You know, if you get with a woman and she's got kids and the kids are running around the house and they're not your kids, the kids are running around the house fucking screaming and giving you back chat. You don't need it, do you? Especially if you've got a blue tick like Coogan and you've got a load of followers and you've got a bit of clout. And you've got a camera. Have you ever heard of Harvey Weinstein? He was like a Hollywood director, yeah? He had a bit of power and he used to like say to young women who wanted to be actresses in his films. He used to say to them like, yeah, you can be in my film, yeah, but you have to fucking give me a blowjob in it. And this guy was fat as fuck and ugly. But he managed, because he had that power, he had a camera, he was a top director, you know, in Hollywood, so women would give him sexual favors, you know, in order to get in his films. So he had that power, so was Coogan, to a degree. So to be with a woman who's got kids that aren't yours and the kids are running around screaming and fucking giving you back chat and the kid's dad is hanging around and you have to see him all the time. And you know that he's fucked your missus before you, and he's ejaculated in her. He's bust a nut in her. Yeah? And you've got to see him hanging around. And his kids are talking to you, yeah, about their dad, about how great he is. You don't need it, do you? You know, you don't fucking need it, man. So, I think Coogan had enough of it and he just fucked her off. But I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. Declan Core would love to go rolling with Baby Ting, but as a white musician. Is Dom Ingle as good as his dad was? And really, is he any good at guitar? He said a lot there, innit? Would love to go rolling with Baby Ting, but as a white musician. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you mean, man. Is Dominic as good as his dad was? It's one of them things, innit? You know, Brendan, he was a one-off. You know, like Costamato. So when Costamato died, like, who did Teddy Atlas train after that? Like, what? You know what I mean? You know, Wayne Rooney, who used to train Mike Tyson with Costamato. Like, what's he done since, you know, Costamato died? So there's only one Cos. You know, there's only one Brendan, so it's one of them, innit? It's Hearn probably gives the judges some complimentary brasses. That's what I mean. You don't have to directly give somebody money to bribe them in a brown envelope. You don't, do you? You can buy them a couple of whores. You can fucking let them eat. Let them drink out the free bar. Just sweeten them up. So you can be indirect in it. So that's probably what Eddie Hearn does. You know, with his little... Sing a Muslim song. What the fuck are you on about, man? What the fuck are you on about? He said that before in the other live. He said it a few times. You have to put him in time out, I think. Do you think McLennan's sister ever touched him sexually? She probably did. What else has he got in life to look forward to? You gotta do something, man. You gotta fucking give him a bit of excitement, innit? What's the highlight of his day, really? You know, when you're blind, it can't be too much fun, man. I think we take our eyes for granted, don't we? So, you know these cigarettes? You see that? Can you see that eyeball there, like that? I don't even see it. Oh, you see that? Can you see that or what? You can see the eyeball there. You can't see it because the fucking photos are in the way, innit? The highlight is him probably shitting in his diaper. That's what I mean. It's no fun for his sister, is it? So when she was trying to raise funds, you know, on Twitter, so she could like pay for a carer to help her out, I said, oh, don't fucking give any money to that blind nigger. And then a load of fucking people start trying to. Do you lick arse? Jaden Anthony, if you won the lottery tomorrow, would you still do these dead little lives? I'd do them, but I'd do it properly. I'd get like a proper studio. I'd get women in, you know, talk to women. You know, I'd fucking make it better, innit? I'd pay the women, give them a few quid, set up a proper studio with mics. You don't do it properly. R.I.P. Joseph Parker. Yeah, I'm glad he got fucked up. I'm just fucking bored of him. He's so boring, isn't he? The most interesting thing about Joseph Parker was that he was involved in some little drug ring. You know what I mean? He was in some little drug circle. You know, like fucking Daniel El Chapo. He was like... But that's about it. There's nothing interesting about him, so I'm glad he got fucked up. Right. Someone told me to check out this channel here, yeah, so we'll have a little watch of it, innit? It's just a lot of women getting interviewed.
Is it easier for a man or a woman to acquire sex?
It is much easier for a woman to acquire sex.
Why is that?
Because we choose.
It's true, innit? She ain't all that. She's got a fucking horrible tattoo on her chest. She's got fucking glasses. She's black. But we'd still bang her, wouldn't we? Even though she's like 4 out of 10. So obviously women who are just even below average can fuck most men. Would most of you men in the chat bang that? Even though she's got a horrible tattoo and she's fucking black. And she's got glasses. You would, wouldn't you? So it's just obvious, isn't it?
We choose whether or not we have the option of whether or not we're gonna let a man have sex or not.
I don't think that that's necessarily true.
Don't women typically consent to sex?
Consent goes both ways.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. What's the longest that a man's ever made you wait for sex?
You know, it's happened. I don't know.
But does that typically happen?
Maybe. No, it doesn't typically happen.
Okay, so isn't it fair to say that women generally control access to sex more than men
If
do?
a woman wants sex, she can get it. If a man wants sex, doesn't mean that he can necessarily get it.
Okay, so is it safe to say that women typically control access to sex more than men do?
Of course they do. Why do you need to think about it?
Because it's easier for a woman to get sex than it is for a man?
I don't like the phrasing that you're boxing me into, but
She's politically fucking correct. You know what I mean? What do you mean you don't like? What did she say? Let me just rewind that.
sex, she can get it. If a man wants sex, doesn't mean that he can necessarily get it.
Okay, so is it safe to say that women typically control access to sex more than men do?
It's a simple question, man. Answer the fucking question,
Because
man.
it's easier for a woman to get sex than it is for a man?
Why are you offended by
I
that?
don't like the phrasing that you're boxing me into, but
But,
You don't like it?
I mean, would you have a different way of explaining it? I mean, is that not generally true?
I think that
I mean, if it's easier for a woman to get sex and it's harder for a man to get sex, we can't conclude that women typically control access?
Answer the fucking question, man. Why was it so hard to answer that question?
For a woman to get sex and it's harder for a man to get sex, we can't conclude that women typically control access?
okay, it's easier for a girl for sure.
Fucking dumb.
Guys are thirsty.
Since it's harder for men, should women be surprised that guys have lower standards for sex than women?
Not really, because I mean, they just want to get it in, right?
Yeah, real quick.
Don't
It's biology, innit? We produce like millions of sperm, you know, every minute. So that sperm's got to come out, hasn't it? So women have periods every month, yeah? So they're not as sexual as men. So men's standards are lower, innit? It's just obvious.
women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
Yes. Yeah.
Don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of an incel?
No.
An incel?
Yeah.
It's a man who can't get pussy, innit?
Have you ever heard of an incel?
No.
It's men who struggle sexually.
Okay, incel stands for involuntarily celibate, and it refers to a person who can't get any sex. Who is more likely to be involuntarily celibate, men or women?
Men.
Men. I think it's 1 in 3 men are not having sex right now.
In today's society, if a man goes up to a woman and asks her for her number or Snapchat, he's looked at as like a creep and a pervert. But if a woman goes up to a man, it's 100% okay, which is not okay to me.
Why are men shamed for not being able to get sex, but also shamed for trying to get sex?
That's a good question. I think it's the way they go about trying to get sex, because women want relationships. Well, I can't say all women, but a good amount of women want relationships, and when you meet the men that just want sex, it kind of tarnishes everything.
Is it fair to shame men for being incels when women are the ones who control access to sex?
I don't think you should shame anybody for anything.
It's kind of on the man, though, isn't it? Like, you have to step your game up, man. You know what I mean? That's what Andrew Tate was about, wasn't it? You know, stepping up sexually. Andrew Tate probably wouldn't bang that fucking four-eyed fucker there with a tattoo. That horrible tattoo. Andrew Tate's above that level, innit? Because he's like worked towards, you know, stepping up. So she's horrible, man. I just get some nice looking women, these nice white women, not him.
Well, also, I think if a man does get a lot of sex, it might be like everyone praises him also for getting a lot of sex. So I don't really think that there's a whole lot of men out there that are getting shamed for having a lot of sex.
Is it fair to portray incels as lazy, immature losers?
That's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Because they don't conform to women's standards and selectivity?
No. Everybody is built different and has their own standards in life.
If a
man's
man
voice
does
is wrong.
conform, does that make him a simp?
Nigga, no.
Why is it more acceptable to shame men for having low standards versus shaming women for having unrealistic high standards?
That is right.
Meet PDF element not. The past.
Hold on a minute. Let's get back to this shit here, man. Let's get back on track. Ty, you failed in biology, so don't lecture us on this and stop doing rubbish reacting videos, by the way. It shows us what you learnt from talentless Tate. You see what I mean? You know, people like that. He's bitter, isn't he? Nonce tying, yeah. Well, I don't mean yeah, I mean no. What do you mean I'm a nonce? What are you saying? What are you fucking talking about here? You know, back in the days, women used to die when they were about 30. And they stopped having periods at 15. So, you know, back in the days, like, men used to go for, like, young girls, innit? You know, when they were at their reproductive prime. But, you know, now they'd be called, like, a nonce. But it's probably natural, innit? You know, to go for, like, younger ones. But... Go live with boxing basement. Alright then. Yeah, I can do that. Just I don't know how to set it up. I'll have to look into it, innit, to get him like on the... When she bleeds, she's ready. That's what I mean, you start getting pubic at like 13, innit? So it's almost like... I don't want to go into it. Sounds a bit creepy, innit? But you know, back in the days, it was like fucking... the norm.
For having, is it more acceptable to shame men for having low standards versus shaming women for having unrealistic high standards?
She looks alright. That's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Right. I'm speechless on that one.
That's what I'm saying, we'd still bang her though, innit? Even though she looks horrible. Men aren't as fussy, innit? Because we like produce millions of sperm every minute. So it's got to come out, innit? So we'd bang something like that. Even though she's fucking horrible.
You kind of got me flabbergasted on that one.
I don't know what to say.
Survival of the fittest. Whoever seems like they're about to get it in, gets it in, and they continue their genes and whatnot. But besides that, like, I don't know.
So would you say, based on that, that women ultimately control the evolution of society?
Yes.
Based on the men that they choose?
Yes, it's because it's like the mating rituals. Like, they say yes or no in most breeds.
So then how are we living in a patriarchy where men have all the power?
Just because that's how society was set up when women were supposed to stay home and take care of the kids and the guys went out and did all that shit. We're supposed to rely on them.
What is the longest you've gone without having sex?
A year?
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
A year?
Probably like 18 years.
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
Probably like a month.
Who's more likely to lie about how long they've gone without sex, men or women?
Women.
Don't men lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
No. Yeah.
Don't men lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
These women are ugly, man. Where's the fucking nice women on here? Sick of that fucking black woman, man.
So aren't we kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't?
Yes, you are.
Some
Would
more
you
ads.
rather...
Yeah, this is a flop, man. There's too many ads on here. Let me just get back to this. There's too many fucking ads, man. It's ruining the flow, innit? That woman with the glasses was gorgeous. That's what I mean. You know, men like you just fucking simp over these women, man. You put them up there. You fucking tell them that they're beautiful and stunning and that. So then naturally these women are gonna look down on you, innit? If you're putting them up there, yeah, they're gonna look down on you and they're not gonna be interested in you. You know, Andrew Tate. I know he's got money in it, but not even him. Just the, you know, the bad guys. The bad guys. They get the pussy in it because women they like getting slapped up, man. You know, if you're too nice, they won't like it at all, man. You know, if you say, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're stunning, oh, I think you're amazing," it's cringe. You know, to the women, they don't like it at all, man. It's corny, isn't it? It's fucking corny, man. Even when there's a nice woman walking towards me in the streets, like, I don't want to look at her, innit? Even though I do. I don't want to look at her because she might get arrogant. I think, yeah, you can't take your eyes off me, can you? Yeah, I'm stunning, yeah. Arrogant, man. So stop playing videos of these ugly fuckers and ring a brass up. Do what the people want. Do you want me to ring a whore? I ring whore Phelps. Viva Street. Right, okay, I'll ring up a whore. Shall I ring one of them? Which one shall I ring out of those two? They look decent, don't they? £120 for an in call, so that means I have to give her 120 quid. Where's my phone? Give her a little ring. Oh 07 57 562 59 54. Hello.
Hi.
Can I get half an hour?
No, I don't do half an hour.
Can I get an hour?
Yes.
How much is it?
150.
£150.
Yes.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay, send me your address and I will check it when I can come to you.
What do I get for £150?
No service.
Pardon?
I do normal service.
Do you lick arse?
No.
Why not? I'm clean. Just had a oh, you fucking bitch. I was gonna tell her that I've just had a shower, innit? And I've shaved my arse. Hung up on me, you know. That's a bit rude, isn't it? That was a bit fucking rude, man. We had a go though, didn't we? Why did she hang up though? It's like a sexual service, isn't it? So I asked her if she provided a fucking arse licking service, yeah. And she hung up. No, it's because she said no, innit? And then I was trying to force her into it, kind of thing. But imagine licking someone's arse for 150 quid. Listen, I fucking paid a tenner before I got it done. Yeah, got the job done for a tenner, but that was like a street hawker, you know, a heroin addict. So it's a different level, innit? You know, just hanging up on me like that, I was a bit fucked up. She's not into scat like that, True Geordie. I didn't even mean to click on that one, you know. I shouldn't have read it because True Geordie asked me to stop talking about his DMs, you know, in my videos. So I've kind of betrayed him, you know, by fucking reading that out. It was an accident, you know. If you're watching, True Geordie, sorry about that. I didn't mean to do it. I meant to click on something else. I meant to click on this. No means no, time, bro. Yeah. I should have offered her a bit more money. I think she should have done it, you know, for a bit more cash.
Yeah, food for sure. Best food I've ever eaten.
I'm a foodie. I like
Would you rather eat all the junk food you want without gaining weight, or have unlimited sex without being slut-shamed?
Unlimited sex without being slut-shamed.
Who are the bigger slut-shamers, men or women?
Women?
Why is there another advert on? Try and watch another video. Them women, they're not all that. Try and find a decent woman on here.
Do you believe there is a gender war?
What the fuck is that? Oh, that's horrible, man. Come on.
absolutely.
Shut your mouth.
If I'm a dog, go make money.
Fast forward this fucking...
We need to make them hire me.
Here, men are
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Yeah, we'll find something here.
And we are fighting for our country.
Would you agree that it's women because guys want sex, politicians want their votes, and businesses want their money?
Yes.
And if you control the women, don't you also control the men?
No.
Well, doesn't the fact that ladies' nights exist prove that if you control the women and you get them all to show up, then the guys are going to show up and spend money?
Yes.
So then if you control the women, don't you also control the men?
That's a good point there. That's a good point.
Okay. So are women more likely to be manipulative or be manipulated?
Manipulative.
If women are so good at manipulation, why can't they recognize their own manipulation?
Oh, we can.
Yeah, we definitely know. We definitely know.
If women are
They know, innit? They know.
so good at or be manipulated.
Hold on a minute.
I would this men judging men judging women, women judging men, women judging women as well.
So are women more likely to be manipulative or be manipulated?
Manipulated.
Can you think of any time in recorded human history that women have had more power than right now?
No, we have the most power right now. Look behind me. It's all women.
Can you tell me any countries other than Western ones like America, Australia, and England where women have more power than they do in those regions?
No, I think we have the most power in the United States of America. That's why everybody wants to come here.
The thing is that she's saying that, yeah, women have got more power, but like more women, you know, in this part of the world are fucking depressed. You know, they've got anxiety. they're on fucking antidepressants, you know, because of their so-called freedoms to be able to sleep around. When they sleep around, there's slags in it and they're not really respected as like wife material kind of thing, so they end up dying alone, you know, sad, lonely fucking rejects. You can see by that woman's face that she's a fucking reject. Leftover, you know, damaged goods.
So why do women feel so oppressed in both the time and place where women seem to have the most power?
I don't think women feel oppressed. I think
Yeah,
the
they're
media
oppressed.
tells people that we feel
They're on
oppressed. We're not
antidepressants.
oppressed.
I know a lot of women who
So
are
why do
depressed.
women feel so oppressed in both the time and place?
These women here might not be depressed in it because they're young, so they're in their prime in it. But when they get to like 40 years old and their eggs have fucking died out and they're not as fertile, they're not as like appealing and attractive, they'll get depressed. And these two women here, they'll end up on antidepressants and they'll die alone.
Places where women seem to have the most power.
Because I feel they're not equal. We're getting up there, but we're not equal yet.
We're not equal.
How are we?
I could knock out those two women easy. Men and women aren't equal. We're not the same, are we? Those two women, I would fuck both of them two, but those two probably wouldn't fuck me. But maybe they would, you know what I mean? This channel's helping me step up sexually, so...
We know when we've achieved equality.
When women are paid the same as men, for one, I feel like if we're doing the same job, why am I getting paid less?
I mean, when we're at a place where male politicians aren't making choices over our bodies, when they have no...
I mean, aren't there female politicians making choices over female bodies as well?
100%, there is. And there's... But
So why blame men?
because if you look at the big picture on like the Supreme Court, what was the vote?
And it's not blaming men, it's just blaming the government.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm saying, like, are you aware that, you know, the Supreme Court during the original Roe versus Wade decision was all white men, and now it's actually more of a diverse court?
Search for the best flight deals, compare prices, filter by number of changes, and stay flexible. Search now on Conor.
So wouldn't it make more sense to not necessarily blame men, but just kind of just blame those individuals?
I don't know about saying men are the issue and men are the worst, because that's unfair, and there is females that are making these decisions as well. But I think we need feminism in order to move forward, because we need to be united as well, because there are men that are making some of those decisions.
Why does no one seem to complain about a gender pay gap when female models earn more money than male models?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think that when it comes to models about women, the women models, I think that women are more aesthetically pleasing.
Sex sells for women a lot more than it does for men.
Sex sells.
But would it be possible to sell sex if men did not objectify women?
Women objectify themselves, don't they? Like, look how they dressed and that. They say like men treat women like sex objects, but look how they dressed and that. It's self-inflicted, innit? They don't know how to answer the question.
You can do anything. There's a way to go about it without being disrespectful.
How so?
Shut your mouth.
Respecting someone's field of work, if that is your job, selling sex. Is that?
Why are women quick to accept a woman who can sell sex, but are quick to reject a man who can buy it?
That depends on the girl.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to me.
Do you think politics and religion...
Nah. Can't look at this woman anymore, man. She's bitter. She's old. Her ovaries are fucked. Do you know what I mean? So she's campaigning. She's trying to... I just saw some multicoloured Y fronts. Did you see my pants when I stood up then? I tried not to get my dick in the shot, innit? I've got pants on, but... Men need to start investing in themselves instead of giving slags money. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Invest in yourself, buy a little camera, set up a little channel, you know, play on do you like play on computer games and that? You play like Call of Duty and fucking Fortnite and all that Grand Theft Auto shit. You know, if you did that, you know, if you spent your money buying a computer and a good PC, you know, to stream and make money from your fucking gaming, you know, instead of spending money buying fancy designer t-shirts, you know, to try and impress women on a Saturday night in town, like, it's fucking stupid, isn't it? I used to work in a club, and I used to see like men run into the bar to buy women drinks, you know, to try and bribe them into bed, but it never worked, man, or it hardly ever worked, because I used to just observe these men run into the bar every minute to buy these women drinks, and then at the end of the night, the woman would like get in the taxi on her own or with her mate, and the man would try and get in the taxi with him, innit? And the woman would say, no, I'm not interested, no. You know, add me on Snapchat, you know what I mean? It's fucking dead, man. So this guy here who's saying that, you have to invest in yourself, innit? Your head looks like Mr. Potato Head. Do you see what I mean? You know, just people just talking like that. I sound like I'm having a go at women, innit? Like, just being a bit sexist, but I don't know, all this feminist bullshit, you know, trying to encourage women to be sexually liberated and sleep around, it's going to backfire on them in the end, you know, when they can't find a fucking man of any worth. You know, because they're slags. And men of value aren't going to fucking marry a slag and have kids with a slag. So a lot of these women, they'll either have to settle for a man who's a lowlife, or just die alone, you know what I mean? So it's not good advice, is it? You know, saying to women, oh, you can be like men, you can sleep around. You can't, man. Well, you can, but you'll probably die alone, innit? Or have to settle for a man who's just a lowlife.
Who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman?
The woman.
Ooh, the woman for sure.
The woman.
The woman.
The woman.
So if the woman is the prize, what would that make the man?
The wallet.
Yeah.
She admitted it.
Doesn't that place the man at a lower value and status to the woman?
Yes.
Don't women typically want to date a man on her level or higher?
Yes.
So don't women typically want to date a man who's a prize and not a loser?
Good question, that, innit? That's a good question, man.
No, I like to be better.
So if a woman declares herself the prize, isn't that relationship destined to fail?
No.
Not necessarily. It depends on who she's dating. If she's dating a guy who, you know, puts women on a pedestal and sees them as like the end-all be-all, then that's on them. Whatever works for them, as long as they're happy, they're happy.
Don't
but,
do it.
You know, a guy who knows his worth.
If you put a woman on a pedestal, and she's up there, she's going to look down on you, isn't she? Do you know what I mean? So she's not going to fucking respect you, man. So it's not good to like pedestalize women, is it? So these guys who treat women bad, these guys normally get the pussy, innit? Because they're not like putting them up on a high level and saying, oh, you're fucking beautiful, you're stunning, oh, you're amazing, you know what I mean? So it's just common sense, innit, a lot of the time.
They're not going to go for that.
Well, if the woman is
like behind.
Oh,
Actually, I know I'm a prize. And so I think that a man should value me for what I am.
she's arrogant, you know, because a load of you men fucking message her saying, oh, you're fucking beautiful, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of you fucking simps. You need to work on yourself, innit? Start playing games, you know, on Twitch, and start streaming and making money and get super chats. Yeah, thanks to everyone who's giving me a super chat tonight, yeah.
So why do so many women go around declaring themselves the prize?
Because they have pussies. It's much harder to find a high-value man than it is an average woman. I can pick any girl out here, but for her to find a man who has clout, status, money, influence, all that personality and whatnot, it's way harder. Who's funny, tall, 6 foot, physical specimen, it's way harder for her to find that.
Why do so many women think they have the golden pussy when every woman has one?
Entitlement. Name of the game, straight up.
Do you believe in gender equality?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying though, like men who have got money, yeah. That's what I said about Kell Brook innit, and Ebony Bridges being together. Like I was talking about like who's the A side out of those two. And I say Kell innit, because Kell's got money, yeah. Ebony Bridges looks decent. She looks decent innit. She's got fake tits. She's decent innit, looking, but she's nearly 40 years old, yeah. She's got fake tits. So Kell's the A side innit, because I could go out tonight. I'm going out after this live. I'm going to town, yeah? I'm going to see loads of women who are nice looking. Or decent looking like these. But I'm not going to see any men, realistically, who are millionaires like Kell Brook. So those men who have got money, they're rare, aren't they? So they're like the A side, innit? There's loads and loads of decent looking women. But there's hardly any men who have got the bag, like Kell Brook or Andrew Tate. So these guys are the A side, innit? They can fuck.
Yeah.
How can men and women ever be equal if pussy costs more money than dick?
I honestly don't think we will ever be equal. I think that is a dream that we would love to have, and that's something that we can pursue and fight for. But I don't truly think that we will ever be treated the same.
Yeah, we're not equal at all. Like I said, I can knock both of those two women out easily. So men are stronger in it normally than women. These two women, when I used to work in a club, we would let these kind of women in for free. And there's like a queue of men like stood outside waiting to get in. So we're not equal, are we really? It's not realistic, man.
I don't think that's possible.
How likely will women pay for dick or make pussy free?
I don't think they will ever have to pay for dick, because I feel like men just always want it, so we could just get it whenever we want, versus men can't necessarily get it whenever they want.
So then what are we fighting for?
Equal pay.
Men, we kind of just take advantage of women, you know, so it's kind of one of those things that, like, women should love their bodies, should do what they want with their bodies. And, I mean, I guarantee you, if you walk up to more men on this strip.
This guy's milking the ad revenue, isn't he?
Pizza.
Strip, they are more willing to fuck you than a woman would.
Is it easier for women to sell sex than men?
I mean, men can do gay porn. That makes hell of money.
Yeah, but that's a minority, innit? Most men aren't gay. That's a stupid thing to say, innit?
To get the woman he wants in the bed, or for a woman to get the man she wants to commit?
Harder for a man to get the woman he wants in bed. Most dudes are lame. They don't have game. They're not cool. They're not funny, smart, tall, handsome, all that shit. They don't have money. It's harder for them. A woman can fuck most dudes she wants to holler at.
Woman to get the man she wants to commit, I would say.
If women think men are trash, why are they so interested in getting his commitment?
I mean, maybe for security. A lot of these bitches don't be like feeling like they gotta be like wife material, baby. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Even if you do what you do in the streets, baby. Yeah, you do. You gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta do all that. You feel me? You gotta abide by your man's rules. You gotta bow down. You gotta do. You feel me? Like
Gotta lick ass.
It's a lot.
Why will women often withhold sex when men have a stronger biological need for sex than women?
That's their only way of power. That's how they can control relationships, sex.
Should men withhold attention and resources when men are unhappy with women?
Yes.
Not all, but a lot of women will leverage sex over men, so is it fair for a man to leverage attention and resources over women?
I don't think it's fair
either way. However, I do think that when it comes to sex, that it should be a consensual thing regardless. So if someone doesn't want to, then they shouldn't have to, no matter what. It should be either way.
Feel pressured to.
Yeah.
Why do women pride themselves on manipulation as a skill when they already control what men want?
Not all women have that ability. I mean, manipulation, I mean, I can do it, but like a woman, they can do about anything they want, you know? Because men are dumb enough to pay for it, or men are dumb enough to do it.
Right.
Some men. I used to be on this dating app called Tinder, yeah? And I got talking to a few women, like, early on. And I used to take them to Nando's, innit? I don't like looking at this guy. I want to fucking fast forward it. No, it's not much better, is it? Let me just get some nice women here. Well, she's alright. She's decent. She's fucking... I used to take women to Nando's, you know, and spend money on them, buying them at Nando's and buying them drinks and all this. And a lot of the time, I didn't even bang them. So after a while, I thought, fuck it, I'm not doing that anymore. And I used to just invite women around here, yeah, you know, to save money, and they'd come round and I'd fucking bang them, you know, without spending any money on them. So I went for the cheap option, man.
Are men the biggest protectors of women?
It can go either way, honestly. I mean, it's the good men out there that want to protect, but then there's also bad men that want to do terrible things.
Women say they don't need a man, yeah, but I was in town last night, and there was this creepy man following this woman around, yeah. And this woman came up to me and she asked me to, like, stop this guy from following her around. So it's almost like women need men to protect them from other men. So, you know, when women say, oh, I don't need a man, you do, man, you fucking do. You know, these women here, you know, if someone broke into their house at night, who would they rather turn up to help them? A little fucking police woman, yeah? Or a big policeman who's fucking 18 stone, 6'5", tattoos, a bald head. You know, they'd want the man, wouldn't they? So when these women say they don't need a man, they do, man.
Person that's assaulting, there's also a good guy that's there to save. Yeah.
But aren't most cops and soldiers men?
That's what I mean.
Yes.
What percentage of men that you encounter catcall you?
A lot. Probably 85%.
Like, we were just touched, like, multiple times.
Some guy grabbed my nose about 20 minutes ago.
It is a pretty nose, I will give you that.
Thank you. Look at it inside.
How often do you fear for your safety when a man catcalls you?
100%.
All the time.
Now, I'm not excusing it. Why is catcalling such a big deal?
I think catcalling is such a big deal because I'm not out here dressed like this. You can give a little pan of the outfit. This is not for others' view. This is for me, and this is what I feel most comfortable in. This is not an invitation for you to come objectify me or decide that this body is meant for you.
Yourself, man. You're fucking objectifying yourself.
That's fair. I agree with that.
No.
Now, for a lot of women who
She's
say they dress
objectifying
themselves,
herself, man.
why do you often see women walking around in uncomfortable shoes and skimpy outfits when it's freezing outside?
Because I made that money, and I'm going to spend that money on some cute heels. And I worked on this body, and I'm going to show it off.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying if they were dressing for themselves, wouldn't they be comfortable?
Yeah, I think that me in heels looks a lot better than me in just a pair of sweatpants. I do feel better, and that is still for me. Even if it's not the most comfortable, it feels good to me.
If a woman has lots of sexy photos on her dating profile and no bio, should she be surprised that guys are only contacting her for hookups?
Oh, absolutely. No. Definitely not.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because she's kind of asking for that attention.
Is she not promoting herself in the same fashion if she's out walking the streets in a slutty outfit?
No.
So why would it make a difference if you're online or out in public?
Because you're posting those photos for, like, a specific dating app while you're walking outside.
I'm a bit fucked up, you know. Shall I wrap it up? 1 hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, that's it, man. She probably gets loads of men messaging her saying, "Oh, you're stunning." So it's kind of caused her to be a bit arrogant, innit? I don't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't fucking pedestalize them and put them up there, man. Because don't know. Any updates on the Black Skellington? No, he's scared to post, isn't he, on his Instagram because he knows I've started following him. But I think I followed him on my fake account, you know, so I don't even know if it's my real account, innit? Carl Froch blocked me on Instagram, so I set up another account, you know, to follow him. And keep my eye on his marriage to that Rachel Cordingley. We're enjoying the live, yeah? You know, Kid Gallard losing today. I'm not saying I'm glad, yeah, but like, you know, because I started to fuck up in boxing, you know, the people in the gym who were doing well, it made me feel even more inadequate. So, I'm not saying I'm glad Barry lost, and I'm not saying I'm glad he got knocked out by that Kiko Martinez. I'm just, these women are ugly. Which women? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Rosie Webster or those women in those videos? Yes, Benjamin Parker. Real talk. Bless Broski. Morrison is on Channel 5. Million views. Yeah, thanks for that. Marcus Morrison. Yeah, but he's getting battered, and his brain's getting rattled. Yeah? I'm making more money than him, you know, in these videos. And this is easy. He's getting battered. I fucked him up as well, so... You know, I'm getting the last laugh. He called me a clown, didn't he? But... You know, Mayweather, he used to say, like, work smarter, not harder. So, you know, when I used to like box and I used to run up hills and I used to get punched, I used to spar with Kell Brook. I'd eat little bowls of porridge, fucking, and I wasn't really getting paid anything. I got like $2,000, you know, to box Chris Eubank at 4 days' notice. But you know, this YouTube stuff, it's a lot more lucrative, isn't it? Breasts or arse? It's got to be arse, innit? You know, if a woman's got a flat chest but she's got a nice arse, it's good, innit? But you know, she's got big tits and she's got like a flat arse like that. It's not appealing, is it? So I'd say arse over tits. Women age way worse than us men. Facts. Yeah, but I know women kind of start to lose their looks and go downhill when they're 40 and their reproductive ovaries are fucked up. And men, like, it depends if you put the work in as a man. If you're just a low-life man, a fat fucking loser, a broke fucking lowlife, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, thanks for the super chat, Ty. And I saw you in town talking to Carlos. Who's Carlos? I don't know who that is. Women over 35 are easy pickings, boys. That's what I mean. You have to try and like... You have to go out on a Saturday night and try and find a woman who's like drunk, a bit older, a bit mentally ill, because they're easier to fuck. You know, it's less of a challenge, man. You know, women who are young and fresh, you know, they get a lot of attention in it, so it's harder to get them. So when I go out, I kind of target women who are drunk and mentally ill, who aren't the best looking. Have you considered picking women up in a mental asylum? That would be ideal. That's what Jimmy Savile used to do. He had the keys, you know, to a mental health hospital, and he used to like let himself in at night, you know, at 1 a.m. and just have a little fiddle about. He had a little fiddle, didn't he, Jimmy Savile? So it's just easier, isn't it? I need to piss in a bottle. Where's the bottle? I don't want to sound horrible, innit? You know, having to go at women who are 40 saying they're over the hill. Because there's a few women that are like 40, you know, who are obsessed with me. So I don't want to have a go at them, but it's just like, when these women were young, yeah, and they were in their prime, they would have rejected a load of men. You know, because they were in their prime, these women, you know, when they were like 20 years old, they would have like rejected a load of men. So men have been getting rejected, you know, for like years. So when women get older, it's kind of calmer, innit? It kind of happens to them. They kind of lose their value, their appeal. And it kind of goes full circle on them, don't it? You know, when they're young, in their prime, they have their pick of the men, but then when they get older, they kind of... What's wrong with Sonny Edwards' mum? I think she's disabled, innit? I think she's a bit fucked up. So those kind of women, they're easy to fucking target and bang, because they're not really... Sonny Edwards' mom is there for the taking, you know, sexually. She's old, she's about 50, she's in a wheelchair, she's not really nice looking. I think she's a bit mentally ill, so she's there for the taking, you know, sexually. Sonny Edwards' mom. And she's got a fucking ugly little son, you know, looks like a rat, who's a fucking midget. who's scared to spar me, even though I'm only 20 minutes away. And he's fucking trying to call out trolls that are hours away. So, I don't know, I think Sonny Edwards' mum, I think she's just there for the taking, innit? Mentally ill people are a good ride. That's what I mean. I was talking to a woman who was paralyzed, you know, from the neck down. She was involved in a car accident, so she was like wheelchair bound, you know, like Gerald McLennan. And I seen photos of her, you know, on her profile when she was like able-bodied before the accident, and she would have got a lot of attention. But you know, now she's like paralyzed from the neck down, yeah. So she's not as valuable. She's not as in demand, if you know what I mean. So she was all over me. She wanted to come round here in a wheelchair, but I don't know, it's a low level, isn't it? These videos have helped me step up sexually, so I don't really need to operate on that kind of wheelchair level. You know, like I had to when I was broke back in the day. Invite her to your live so we can laugh at her. Yeah, that's a bit fucked up, but she would have laughed at men. You know, the woman who's paralyzed from the neck down. You know, when she was young and able-bodied. You know, little men like Sonny Edwards, they would have tried it on with her sexually, and she would have like laughed them off, saying, "Oh, you're too small, go away." Which like karma's kind of fucked her up on it. Why would you laugh at someone paralyzed? Who are you talking to? Me? I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh at all. I don't know what you're fucking on about, man. Shine. What are you talking about? Who's laughing? Time respectfully, can you shout out Carlos for fuck's sake? Yeah, shout out to Carlos. Pussy is pussy, bro. Are you talking about that disabled woman who's paralyzed? I know, but I don't know. She might have shit herself in it. Because she had a carer as well who had to like wipe her ass. The lie's getting a bit negative, but I don't mind, man. Can I have a Thai FL hoodie in turquoise? You know these hoodies, yeah? They kind of fall apart, you know, after one wash. I don't know if you can see that hole there, yeah? There's a little hole. You see that hole? Can you see it? There's like a hole there, innit? And that happened after like the first wash. So it's not good quality, is it? So I wouldn't recommend buying one of these Thai FL bodies. But thanks to everyone who's bought them, yeah. You can't have a refund because I need to get to that £1 million mark. I'm only a few quid away. Yes. Firmino's tea. Thanks for the super chat, yeah? You need to get StreamYard and have a call-in show. Get a fat kebab on me. Yeah, that's what I need, that StreamYard. That's when you can put like other people in the video. So you lot could realistically get in the video. And if I put like a little video, you can get involved basically. That's the next step in it, you know, getting some of you lot involved. You know, we've kind of evolved, we've took little steps up, just little steps. Like I didn't used to put comments, you know, on the screen. I didn't used to do lives, did I? It took me a few years, you know, to start doing lives. So yeah, that's definitely something to... What stops you from killing yourself? Well... If I killed myself, yeah, Coogan would love it, wouldn't he? So would that little bitch Sonny Edwards. Especially after today, you know, me dissing his disabled mum. So I wouldn't want to give him the satisfaction, you know, of me fucking killing myself. I'd rather kill them, you know, than myself. I'm not suicidal at all, I'm alright. I'll feel better, you know, when I get to £1 million. I'm not too far off. And when I do, yeah, I'll reverse it and start giving you lot some cash. You lot have been supporting, you know, the channel for a while, even though it's not good content, you know, like it used to be. YouTube shut me down, didn't they? You know, like they did with Andrew Tate, so I've had to calm it down a little bit. But it's not as good, is it? Nothing tops old school Thai, but you gotta evolve, man. I agree. I would love to, you know, go back to like slagging off fucking certain groups, you know, certain fruity groups, certain fucking rainbow groups. I'd love to diss them and just really go all out on them. But it's like they've got a lot of fucking... I was thinking this today, you know, these sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, they all seem to be like, you know, on the left. They're like pussified, aren't they? But they don't seem to be anything else, like an alternative. You know, like a right side where you can just say anything. Just seems to all be on that pussy side, don't it? You know, the left, like just... Why aren't there any sites, you know, where it's like anything goes kind of thing? I keep hearing about this Rumble, but it's not big, is it? It's not really that big. I think Andrew Tate put it on the map. But we need a lot more of these kind of sites. You know, where you can just say anything. And I like free speech, innit? I think You know, if... Just say if there was a site here where you can say anything, and a man was on there, and he had a channel like this, and he was doing videos like this, and he admitted that he's a nonce. And he said he's proud of being a nonce. Then we would know the guy's a nonce, innit? So we wouldn't fucking send our kids to his shop. Say if he had a shop, we wouldn't send our kids there, would we? Because we know the guy's a nonce, innit? You know, if he was a school teacher and he openly said that he's a nonce, we wouldn't send our kids to that school, would we? So it's better the devil you know, innit? Yeah? So I like free speech. It's good to know what people are genuinely like, man. But when you're censoring them and that, they can pretend in it, they can just keep it quiet and just fucking... What was the question? Hold on a minute. The opinions captured in these videos do not necessarily reflect the views of the creators.
What were some of the things that you were told about men while growing up?
You know, women now in like college and university, they're told that men are rapists. They're kind of like indoctrinated, you know, to fear men. Like, oh, watch out, men are predators. I've seen it. You know, when I walk in the streets and there's a woman walking towards me, I can see that she's trying like really hard to like look at me. She's like looking down like that. Do you know what I mean? She's looking down like that. She's trying really hard to avoid eye contact with me. Because these women are told that men are predators. And I remember when I was walking behind a woman in the streets at night, and she like looked behind, she looked behind her, yeah, and she seen that I was walking behind her, and she started like running off. So these women are told like to fear men, and there's definitely an agenda going on in there, like trying to separate men and women, you know, like divide and conquer, and that trying to fuck up the nuclear family kind of thing.
I was told about men while I was growing up.
Yeah.
They're rapists. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Okay, so just like don't trust them.
You see what I'm saying? Don't get drunk around men. Obviously, there are some dodgy men out there, but like...
Yes.
Just a fun one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself?
I'll definitely say a 10.
2.
Yeah.
10. You know her, yeah? She's decent looking in it, but she's black. So, I don't know, if she was here now, naked, I don't think I'd be that bothered, you know, sexually. I'm just not into him at all, I just can't be doing with him.
Does that mean that there's no room for improvement? Or?
No, always room for improvement, but I just feel that I have a lot to bring to the table. So yes.
Like what?
If there was one thing you could improve about yourself, what would that be?
I would say, I don't know.
Me? Halfway mark. 5, 6.
If you could improve one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My self-confidence.
She's 40. You see that? Self-confidence, yeah? No, there's too many black women on here for a start. But you know her? She's about 40, innit? So she's saying that she wants to improve her self-confidence because she's hit the wall reproductively. When she was 20, she probably would have been filled with confidence because men would have been trying it. But now she's like... She's kind of like left out to dry. She's like a reject, innit? You know, because her ovaries are fucked up. And that's the purpose of life, innit? To like reproduce, you know, pass on your DNA. So women who are that age, whose ovaries are fucked up, they're not really in demand anymore like they were when they were 20, you know, in their prime. So her self-confidence now is fucked up. But when she was young, she was probably arrogant.
If you could improve one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My self-confidence. So we're all 10.
If you could
She's trying to hide her double chin as well. You see that mask? I do that sometimes. You know, I put a little, like a scarf around my double chin, but it's going. I've started training in it. I want to have a YouTube fight.
improve one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My self-confidence. So we're all 10s, pretty much.
Oh, fuck off, man. You're all black. Get to the white woman who's not old.
Right, but what they...
Find some nice white posse. Young. Are they all black? Let me just fast forward a minute and see what's going on here. We found some blowjobbers here. Look at that blowjob. Look at that blowjob. Blowjobber. Blowjob signals.
The guy, so
It's very hard.
do you think religion and politics matter in dating?
Yes. No.
No. Okay.
I don't think that should define a relationship.
Okay. So.
Love is love.
Well, let me ask you this though. You don't think it does, but I mean, most women like probably wouldn't date a guy who like was a Trump supporter, or they wouldn't date a guy who was
a Christian wouldn't date an atheist.
Right. Or a vegan probably.
So it does matter.
Right.
Religion does matter. Politics do matter in relationships.
Right. I mean, I actually think it matters a lot because you know, I mean, like there are some people I know.
You can have somebody that's Christian and have somebody that's atheist, and then like the spirituality doesn't match. Because you know, like what if I believe in God and they don't believe in God? You know, so I feel that's very important.
So why do you think that a lot of people will say don't discuss politics or religion on a first date when it seems to be the first thing that you would want to talk about, right?
Yeah, I feel that maybe because they don't want it like to be too much drama all at first. That's probably why, and they just want to keep it because that's a hard topic to really go into. Yes.
But at the end of the day, if you love somebody, it's because you love.
This guy's taking the piss with these ads, man. It's fucking pissing me off, man. Oh. This guy's milking it, man. Wait a minute.
Of who they are, not for what they do or what they stand for.
Do you think unconditional love is possible in a romantic relationship?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I believe it's possible, but why do we have a term called deal breakers?
Deal breakers. Ooh. Because people tend to find the, how do you say it? The defects of other people. I don't know, those defectos. And
That's not true, you know. The unconditional love, yeah. I don't think it's realistic. Unconditional love is where you love somebody regardless, but you know Roberto Duran, he got beat by this guy called Kirtland Lang, yeah. So this Kirtland Lang beat a legend like Roberto Duran. He was probably getting a load of posse and that. He was a bit of a name, a bit of a celebrity, you know, back in the days. But then he fucking became homeless. He became a druggie, you know, and he fell off a balcony. Now he's dead. So women aren't into him because he turned into a lowlife, innit? So it's not unconditional, it's conditional. A woman will love you as long as you like stay on the ball, innit? But you know, Kirtland Lang, you know, when he went downhill, women would have lost interest in him.
in Espanol, sorry, of other people, you know, because they try to. I think because sometimes, like, there just needs to be some drama that people want to cause, but I don't think it should be like a problem with it, honestly. Like, because if you're gonna love somebody, like, I really hope somebody loves me the way I am, without having to force me to change, you know. So if I'm gonna ever love somebody. And I'm sorry, did I lose myself?
No, it's okay. We'll move to a different question.
Okay.
Do you think men are socialized to protect and provide for women?
Yes.
Okay, so they're raised that way. Do you think some men go as far as putting women up on a pedestal? Some men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simps.
If all that is true,
Desperate men.
why are there so many women who are angry at men? Aren't those all good qualities?
But what makes you think women are angry at men?
Because a lot of men are kind of demonized for being cheaters and liars and players and toxic masculinity.
Goes both ways.
Okay.
That's not
but
true.
I'm saying,
But you basically a generalization of
well, I'm saying
is
there's
cheaters
a term called
womenizers.
toxic masculinity. There's no term called toxic femininity.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, why do you think a term like that exists when most men are socialized to protect and provide for women and be put them on pedestals and be gentle. Where does that come from?
I think that's the way it used to be, and hopefully we're trying to continue those types of standards for our boys. But I do see society, unfortunately, has changed a lot of that.
Do you think society's getting, like, what about society's changing? Like, what?
Oh, first of all, you don't date. Everything's online.
Dead.
Everything's online, and I don't date. I'm married, but from my friends, you don't meet up and have a beer and have a date. You are online and you text, and then it usually goes to sexting or wanting nude pictures of you very quickly. And I
You know, when I was young, yeah, there was no internet. So when I used to walk in the streets, women would say to me, "Get your cock out," because that was the only way, you know, of like seeing a dick. They couldn't go on Google or Pornhub or get dick pics. So back then it was better. You know, now I'd hate to be like 18 years old now, you know, just in the sexual marketplace, because it's all online, isn't it? It's all fucking dick pics and all that shit. And these women, not that one, she's kind of old, innit? But young women, they've got like hundreds of men, you know, in their inboxes messaging them. So it's probably harder for men sexually nowadays. That's why most men now are virgins, innit? Are you lot gonna fucking wank today? You probably are, aren't you? So it's just the way it's gone, man. It's gone downhill.
experienced marriage where I've had that, and I'm like, whoa.
Do you think there's a difference between what women say that they want in a relationship and what they actually respond to?
Yes, there's a difference.
So how can you trust a woman's dating advice?
How can I? Oh.
A lot of women will say that they want a nice guy, but then they'll go and date the bad boy. So
that's what I said, innit? Nice guys come last. You be a nice man, yeah, and tell women that they're stunning. These women will think this guy's a fucking muppet, man. This guy's desperate. He's fucking desperate, man.
If women aren't backing up what they say that they want with their actions, doesn't that mean it's kind of hard to take women seriously when they say they want certain things?
I think relationships are something that, if it's a mutual feeling, both people will want to work towards it. If it's just, like, women like to say, like, oh no, do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, we still want to do what we want. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you about that. I can tell a guy, like, oh, you don't have to give, you don't have
She
to
did that
give
deliberately.
flowers, but at the end of the day, I still want flowers. Because women don't like to ask for things. So, sorry, going back to your question, I'm not saying you shouldn't trust women, you should. But
she's drunk.
men should, like, put the effort. Women like to see effort. At the end of the day, it's all about effort.
Okay, now as far
They
as
don't, man. That's what I'm saying. Effort. I told you, I used to see men running to the bar buying women drinks like a simp. You know, desperate, and it's... These women used to fuck off with the bad guys, you know, the criminals. You know, the guys who were selling coke outside the club. They used to go off with them guys, innit? So women like negativity, man. They like bad boys, don't they? They don't want flowers, man. It's a myth. It's not true, man.
Okay.
Because, like, when you think about it, men who are bad, I'm talking about evolutionary speaking, like, you know, back in the caveman days, you know, men who are bad, ruthless, you know, they would be more successful, you know, killing the animals and feeding themselves and their wives. So women kind of like, you know, guys who are fucking... That's why a lot of these women, when I was on Tinder, a lot of these women said they watch serial killer documentaries. They like murderous women. Because, like, back in the days, murderers would have been the ones getting the resources, you know, getting the food, you know, killing other cavemen who were trying to rape their women. So men who are bad, they're more favoured, man. Women like bad guys.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? Do you think that it's true that women often find... Do you think it's true that women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Yes.
So then why do women complain about guys not willing to make an effort? All right, let me ask you this. When single women dress sexy and wear makeup, are they seeking attention?
Yeah.
Not always, but I mean, generally.
I think you probably are.
They love the attention, man.
Okay. Are they seeking attention from other women, men, or the right man?
I think you're seeking some validation.
Validation, okay. And there's a lot of women who say, you know, I dress a certain way for myself, right?
Right.
My question is,
They want
if women are
validate.
dressing for themselves, why do you often see women walking around in uncomfortable shoes and skimpy dresses when it's freezing cold outside?
Real talk.
I don't do that.
I'm not
You
saying-
fucking doing it now. What you on about?
Are those women dressing for themselves if
You ain't got any clothes on, man.
with, you know, uncomfortable shoes and no. So they're dressing for attention.
Maybe. But you know, again,
Freezing, wearing skimpy outfits, or like wearing really uncomfortable shoes. I mean, they can't be dressing for themselves because otherwise they'd be comfortable, and they don't look very comfortable. So what do you think about that?
I think a lot of women say that they dress for themselves, but they're really not.
Real talk.
I think it's like subconsciously dressing for others, but like they're like, oh my, I'm just dressing for. Yeah.
Right. Do you think there's a difference between what women say that they want and what they actually respond to?
Yeah.
So can you trust a woman's dating advice?
Depends. Probably not. Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, every woman's different. You know, some women choose to wear high heels every day.
No, there's definitely exceptions to every
Right.
rule, but do you think generalizing is always wrong?
Generalizing is wrong.
Is it always wrong?
Now you're making me think about words that you're using.
Well, don't women typically want to date men taller than them? Is that a generalization?
That's a fact, innit? Sonny Edwards, the little fucking midget. You know, he's fucking some big, fat, ugly black mama. Because he has to, like, operate on that kind of sexual level, you know, because he's a fucking little midget. Women like men who are tall, innit? You know, from, like, a evolutionary point of view, you know, because taller men can protect them. You know what I mean? So, women like taller men, innit?
And yes.
Women typically want to date a man
Typically, yes.
taller than them, right?
Typically, yes.
So that's a generalization. So
It must be, yes.
generalizing is not always wrong. It's not always wrong. There's certain patterns.
Yeah.
Do you guys like hip hop music?
Yes.
A lot of women like hip hop music. Why do you think so many women like hip hop music when so much of it is degrading to women?
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. They're like bad boys, innit?
Like ass, titty, all that.
Criminals.
Yeah, just like, you know,
Murderers.
Bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. You know?
Bitches ain't shit.
Why do so many women, you know, why do they listen to that music if it's degrading to women?
They love it, man. They want a bad boy, innit?
Different now in 2020. I think now women listen more to.
They're like murderers.
Female rappers, female singers.
Like Cardi B.
Like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. So.
You remember that song that Beyonce sang called All the Single Ladies? You remember that song? Beyonce's not even single and she's like promoting being single, you know what I mean? So it's... These Beyoncés and these fucking Cardi B's, you know, they're not good role models because they talk about getting the bag, but, you know, women who chase careers and get money, like, they get a bit arrogant, innit? And they fucking chase that bag and they ignore men who are like, you know, just good men. But then when they get to like 40 years old and they fucking hit the wall, they just realise having money, like having a little Louis Vuitton handbag, it's not satisfying enough, is it, for them? So chasing the bag.
Trying to normalize that, but it shouldn't be normalized because we still have a lot of problems going on with sex trafficking, you know, with women being raped.
Oh my god, this guy's pissing me off with these ads, you know. Yeah, I might have to fuck this off. Hold on a sec. What the fuck's going on here? Hold on a sec. Bro, I forgot where I am, you know. Fucking... Put that back on here. Put that on here. Get back to this shit, yeah. Two hours. Oh, please stop watching these shit vids. It is a bit irritating. It is a bit annoying, man. It is. Because these women are all over the place, man. They say there aren't any good guys out there, but you don't really want a good guy, man. You want a criminal, a fucking murderer. I think Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, he got married in prison, innit? A lot of the women were sending him like their knickers and that, you know, their fucking bras and love letters and all that. Try and fuck off to town, and I'm gonna fuck off, innit? I'm gonna call it a day, man. I'll have one more glass of rosé and then I'll just wrap it up. It's fucking dragging on, man, but I'm having a good time. She was a bit stuck up, man. She was a bit arrogant, hanging up on me and that. Yeah, she looks alright, don't she? Shall I give her a ring? I'll give her a ring, yeah? Oh 7 853 485 067.
Bundle call.
Come on, man. I need to get in there, man. I need to get stuck in. Man's getting ghosted. Well, she don't know it's me, does she? So let's we'll try another one. Try another one. Is she black? Brazilian? Yeah, we'll give her a ring. Oh 7 86 15 69 421.
Bundle call.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Getting a bit horny out here.
447.
Shut your mouth. Try another one. Do you think KSI has to stoop to this fucking level here, begging women to answer the fucking phone, man? He don't, does he? I wanna fucking knock him out, man. You know, get that clout. 97 2274. Let's go.
Bundle call. your call right now.
That's a fucking man. That's a fucking man. That's a setup, innit? Getting desperate out here, you know. I need to bust a nut, man. It's been 110 3201.
Unknown call.
Hello, can I get half an hour?
No.
1 hour.
1 hour is 100.
£100.
Yes.
What do I get for that?
Sorry?
What do I get? What sexual services do you provide for £100?
Steaks, blowjob, massage, if you like.
Blowjob, massage. What else?
69 if you like.
69.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you lick arse?
No.
£300. Cash. You fucking bitch. Oh, I'm going nowhere, man. Fucking hell, blood. KSI. Fucking bitch. What's wrong with these fucking women? I offered her 300 quid. Cash. I didn't fucking beg. I offered her money. I offered her 300 quid. Yeah, it's not begging, is it? It's fucking... Yep. We're all scum. We're all fucking scum. Yes, Graham. Legend. I love the content. Thanks for the super chat, yeah? It's been good, man. I've enjoyed it. But I got rejected, didn't I, a few times. I've got to take the L, but... Ty, can you put me in time out and call me a naughty little boy like your gay uncle? So my gay uncle, when he was alive, he had a little party, innit? And I was in the kitchen, like, making a drink. And my gay uncle was in the kitchen with his little gay mates. And I spilt the drink by accident, innit? And my gay uncle looked at me and said, "You stupid boy." You know what I mean? And you know, his little fucking gay mates, they started giggling and that. And I felt a bit vulnerable. Because I was only a kid at the time, innit? I was like 14, so I could have got molested, you know, by a load of fucking gay men in the kitchen for spilling a drink. "You stupid boy." That's what he said to me, and his little gay mate started laughing, man. Fucking sick. This guy's made a fucking page tying his dead uncle. You stupid boy. I remember like fearing for my fucking life and my arsehole. I remember I was fucking young and vulnerable. This is before I started boxing, innit? You don't get this quality on counter-punch boxing. That's that fucking... I was going to call him the N-word, innit? But... yes, I love it. I fucking love it, man. I love it. It's like therapy, innit? Someone said earlier, like... would you see a therapist? But this is like therapy for me. It's like we're in the pub, innit, having a little drink, having a little chat, talking to a few women, even though I'm getting fucking rejected, innit. I need you lot to spam KSI's fucking Instagram inbox and tell him to put me on one of his little fucking misfit shows, you know, them boxing shows. I need you to spam his fucking Reddit as well. You know how he like reacts to his Reddit posts and he puts on a little fake laugh and that. I need you to fucking spam him. Because when he was like boxing a few weeks ago against those two guys, I held my camera in front of his face, you know, when he was getting interviewed. And he was like looking at me like, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know. He was like looking at me, I don't know, he was looking at me like... I've noticed a lot of proper white looking Chinese women lately. Yeah, I heard about that. You know, Chinese women, they get surgery, you know, on their eyes. You know, because their eyes are like that. I don't want to be racist, but, you know, their fucking eyes. They're like that, innit? So a lot of like Chinese women, they get surgery, you know, so they can have like normal eyes. That's not me being racist, it's just a fucking fact, innit? There's some men who are small, like Sonny Edwards, who can get like height surgery. You know, where they get their legs extended. Yes, let's get tying on a show. True Geordie is a fan. It can happen if we give it traction. You have to fucking spam that fucking KSI, innit? It's desperate though, innit? You know, me trying to cling on to. You know, to get that height, that clout. It's fucking desperate, man. Like I was going to do a review, you know, a review of Prime. You know that drink that KSI and Logan Paul are involved in? I was going to do a review. And fucking tag his name in it and all that, but it's just cringe, man. Desperate. I was gonna do a review of Prime. You know, a little YouTube video and that, and tag his name in it on fucking Instagram to try and... I don't know, I don't like fucking... You're going to wake up with post-YouTube live anxiety tomorrow. Yeah, probably, but that's better to wake up with YouTube live anxiety the next day when I think about this live than to wake up like I used to back in the day. Wake up and think the fucking bailiffs are going to come around today to take my furniture because I'm a fucking broke cunt who can't pay the bills. So this kind of anxiety now is a lot fucking better than the anxiety of having the bailiffs turning up to take my furniture. So these lies, man. Now you're a millionaire. Well done. Proud of you. I'm not a millionaire yet. I'm probably I'd say about £60 away from being a fucking shit. It's a nice setup, isn't it? It's a nice little sit down, and a nice little chat, a nice little drink, a nice little fucking ringing up escorts. China's done bits. Have to put respect on his name, yeah, man. I appreciate the fucking super chats. They're buying this merch, this tacky merch. You see that hole there? See that? That's after one wash, I think. So I've had a few complaints about my mugs as well. Like the handle falls off. You know, when people are trying to drink a hot cup of tea, the fucking handle falls off, innit? And they get fucking scolded. But I don't do refunds, innit? So you have to just deal with it. You have to deal with the burn marks. Yeah, deal with it, man. Deal with it. Right, I'm going to town now. See what rejects are about. So see you later, yeah? Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the super chats and that. It's appreciated, man.